Hello, everyone. Welcome into an all-new episode of Comic Book Women. As many of you know, every week we like to spotlight a different artist or creator in the comic book world, but every once in a while we get a special opportunity to highlight a member. In this case, we have Crow from Shortboxed here with us tonight. How are you doing?
What's up, everybody? Good to be here.
Oh, we're excited to have you. We have you and Bird City Comics. Aunt, how you doing?
Chilling.
Can't complain,
He's way,
right?
way cooler than I am. He had such a better answer. I was like, I'm great. How are you doing? He's like,
How are you? Well, I was thinking I couldn't say the same thing. You already beat me to it. That was what I had on deck. So chilling.
How are you doing? I'm wearing khakis. Let's talk about socks. I'm like a robot man.
But you have the hair, so it's like that's all the coolness you need. The hair just you're done.
I coast on this, yeah.
It kind of moves when you talk too, so it works out. We are going to be talking about Shortbox tonight and doing a special reveal. Do not go anywhere because later on in about 10 minutes or so, Trish Forstner is here with us tonight, the amazing artist behind the Genie's books and several of our other covers too, Anne, right? So we have quite a show planned for you. Before we get started, shout out to our sponsors over at Cover Price. If you use the code in our description, you can get 1 month of their unlimited membership for 99 cents. And I was going to shout out Bird City, but yeah.
Well, can I give Cover Price another shout out?
Yeah, please do.
Because you guys don't have me on Comic Book Women enough. Guys, I use Cover Price to like price books all the time. It's super convenient. It was funny because when you guys got the sponsorship, I'm like, I already use it. Like I wasn't like, oh, that's cool. Let me check it out. But yeah, you guys, Cover Price is legit stuff, and yeah, definitely give it a check out.
And Lords of the Long Box is in the house. That is our brother channel. They are also sponsored by Cover Price, and I just debuted my first time. I'm officially on that panel, so make sure you are following Lords of the Long Box on YouTube. They do a Hot 10 list on Wednesdays and a Shakers, and it's just good stuff. You want to be following Lords of the Long Box. Namesh!
Shout out to another sponsor, Namesh.
Crow, this is like this guy keeps this channel going, man. So
that's right. We need to send him like a thank you letter. Some Adam's college food card is like getting more. He's gonna be able to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner with Namesh alone.
Yay. You know, I need to send him the shirts. I haven't sent them yet, but I'm waiting to finish one more and then I'll be sending them.
I want more shirts too, Lucy. And yes, the 8 Billion Genies was number 5 on the top 10 list this week. So congratulations, Trish, if you're out there listening, and Bird City, congrats on that. Very cool. All right, let's kick it off. First question of the night. For anybody out there who is not familiar with Shortbox, Crow, can you give us a general idea of what this is?
Yeah, Shortbox is an online marketplace where you can buy and sell graded comics. Just like the graphic says, we believe it's the easiest and safest way to buy and sell graded comics. It's on Android and iOS, so if it's a mobile app, but we also have a website where you can go kind of browse around a little bit. But yeah, that's what we are.
That's pretty cool. Any girls, do you guys use Shortbox, Sarah?
Go ahead, Sarah, first. We're going around.
I haven't, but I see you guys all the time. Every time I go to C2E2. Mm-hmm. So I see some of your guys on Instagram. I follow some of them. So yeah, probably the next step is to get into Shortbox and check out that app. I don't have any slabs. That's probably why, but the future, who knows? In the future, I might get some more slabs.
Yeah, I was like trying to look to see but I've been a member since 2020.
Hey. early adopter. That's when we
Yes. That's when you guys first launched the app. I have downloaded and I've been following you guys for a while on Instagram. But yeah, I was trying to look. I'm like, how long have I been a member? And I just saw 2020.
You're like, I gotta come correct. I gotta know what's going on. I love that. Well, I appreciate you being on the platform.
Thank you.
That's a testimonial right there. Nemesis Prime is in the house too. Shout out to him. We were just on Lords of the Long Box together, and TiVo's shouting out Gene from Shortboxed.
Gene's the CEO. He's the man.
There you go. All right. So guys, if you are just joining, we are going to be talking with Shortbox tonight and doing a little cover reveal with Trish Forstner. So make sure you are tuning in for the entire show. Crow, how does this work? If you are just brand new and you download the app, then what?
Shortboxed is, well, it depends what you want to do. So if you just want to go buy comic books, it's as simple as knowing what you want to look for or just browsing. You go on the main screen, there's a whole feed. You can look through all the cool stuff. On the main feed, we have a bunch of features that we have. So sometimes we'll be like, here are some really great Golden Age keys that you can get or Silver Age keys, or here's all the stuff from the new She-Hulk show. Here's a bunch of She-Hulk key issues. So we try to curate that feed personally so everything up there is new and interesting. And sometimes we put new books on there, or if we find that a book is falling within fair market value, so we know it's a good deal for people to buy, you can just go look around and buy stuff. Pretty simple. And then if you are a seller, you sign up for a seller account, and we've tried to totally make listing books the easiest experience possible. You can list 100 books in like 10 minutes if you're really going through it. It takes 3 seconds to scan a book in. We have technology that pulls all the metadata off the book, and it just fills all that stuff.
You don't have to type it in manually?
You don't have to do anything. You just take a picture of the front and back and you're done, and set a price. And not only can you set a price, but we also have provided with a new feature, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a little bit. But one of the new features allows you to see what the pricing history for that book is. So you can make a decision. You can be like, okay, do I want to try to make extra money on this and price it, above fair market value and let those speculators, take that? Or like maybe you're like, okay, I'm going to price it fairly because I just want to move this book. I want to move it on, give its life to somebody, its journey's going to somebody else's house for a little bit. So you have all that information available to you so you can make the most informed decision possible. So even if you don't know a lot about, maybe it's a collection that you got from somebody who is a friend or something, or maybe somebody passed away and you inherited a bunch of these and you're like, I don't know a lot about comics. How am I going to do this? We try to make that as easy as possible for everybody.
There you go.
That's pretty awesome.
So when we did this whole thing, and guys, this is just another testimonial here, I did not have a Shortboxed account. So they actually put me in touch with a rep. They walked me through setup, and it is that easy. Like they even crop the images for you, Laura. Like I took the picture and they're janky, but as long as the slab, didn't catch any glare and everything like that, I was like, oh, they're kind of weird angles, but they said they crop them, they rotate them, they put them in nice and straight. Yeah, it's really snap, submit, they crop them. You get the fair market value, which is nice because like he's saying, you can price competitively as opposed to like the wishful thinking prices just off the top of your head. So it's cool. And curate, that's such a good word, because when you look at the app, they literally put valid items in front of you that have to do with what's happening currently, which I love. I do that for my own website. I'm big into eye placement on valid merchandise as opposed to letting old products sit. So one of the things I noticed, I was like, okay, I heard about this week and here are comics.
One of the things, I'm a big talker, so if somebody shut up, just that can offend me. One of the things that we found, we're all collectors. Everybody that works at Shortboxed is a collector. So it's actually one of the things we hired for. And so one of the big things that we want is to make things easy, because the comic book industry, the collectible comic book industry, is still stuck in like the 1960s in certain cases. Prior to app marketplaces, which is just like a pretty recent endeavor. I mean, Shortboxed has only been around for 2 years. We weren't the first, but if you wanted to buy a graded comic, you either had to go to a store, you had to go to an auction house, or maybe you used one of the early websites like eBay. Now, going to a store and going to an auction house or knowing somebody, that's also what you used to buy stuff in the 1800s. And that was not that long ago, right? So we all inhabit this kind of collectibles industry, this collectible hobby. And it's sort of like when you look at technology on Star Wars, and everything's just like a little rusty all the time. And you're like, now, why is all the technology so busted up if they have all this technology to begin with? So that's what we're trying to do. We just want things to be easy, and of course, we want everybody to not. The other thing is, when we say safest, we don't want anybody to feel like they're getting screwed, right? Because that's always the thing. Mm-hmm. eBay, you're like, is this thing going to come with? Is it going to come with a crack? Is it? They called it a very fine. Is it going to come back very fine? Do they even know what very fine means? Am I going to get scammed totally? Maybe you find a book on one of those Instagram pages. And you're like, okay, well, maybe it's scammed. Anyway, that's it. My impassioned plea to make things easier for everybody.
So easy and safe are the main two takeaways I see there. And you were saying that there's some extra features that you're just like starting to introduce. Guys, we're at almost 50 viewers right now. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and stay tuned, because we are going to be doing a cover reveal here in a few minutes. We just want to give anybody out there who's not familiar with Shortboxed a little quick insight into what they are and what they do. What are these two new features here? We'll start with PayPal Pay in 4 beta.
So PayPal Pay in 4, this is a pretty simple one. We are trying to introduce as many payment options as possible, right? So a lot of times you have a couple of options. Maybe you can pay with PayPal, but sometimes when you start getting into like serious collecting and you want to buy a big book, maybe drop in, $32K for an AF-15 is not something you can do all at once. So we want people to be able to get what they want, but also to like do it in a way that's comfortable for them. So we're building in a ton of different payment option features, and this is going to get super gross technical, so I'm going to try to not do that. But like financial technology does not make like user experience very nice. So so it takes a long time to find stuff that we think belongs in the app. So anyways, PayPal Pay in 4 is one of them. You can buy a book for like up to $1,500 and you can pay it over 4 different payments every 2 weeks or so.
Any interest with it, or just 4 payments split up?
Four payments split up, and you can get it. And we'll soon have more than that. This is a breadcrumb. This is just one of many that's going to be there.
That's freaking amazing. You guys are helping people with their collections and helping them, buy the comic that they kind of been wanting, for a long time. It just makes it so much easier for the collector. That's awesome. Mm-hmm.
I mean, haven't you ever been like, okay, it's right there. It's right there. I've got this comic that I want. It's my grail. I just don't have that right now. And if you're worried, if you leave it up there, maybe you find a good deal on something, and you're like, if I could just claim it, you know what I mean? We all have that. We've all had that feeling where you're just like, if only, but we don't want people to be stopped by that kind of thing. So.
No, that's a good call. And you know what's funny? This slide that you have here, Laura, to the left, the one with the 8 billion genies.
See what I did there?
This is what snowballed the project we're going to talk about. I literally saw this and I was like, awesome. They used our book in their marketing. And I just sent them a message like, thank you guys. That's super cool. I was excited to see it. And then that conversation just started rolling. I think you called me from like a car repair shop.
Yeah, my stupid whatever. Yeah, it was great. I was glad I was in a bad place with just like the cars and like my car obviously needed repairs, and I was just like, oh man, well. But then Anthony called, and we are such huge fans. I mean, I'm the one who makes all the stuff, all the marketing stuff. So I was like, well, this if nobody cares about PayPal Pay in 4, which admittedly is kind of a dry feature to talk about. Yeah, I can pay over 4 payments. Cool, but it's also like dry, but I was like, if I have 8,
it's sexy to draw their eye.
It's exactly right. I'm like, they'll at least look at it because of this amazing cover. But we were huge Bird City fans, and of course Trish fans.
Thank you.
So we got Karen asking if it's only for slap or also in graded comics.
Yeah, right now it's only graded comics. We're trying to really make sure that we get this right before we move on to other verticals like raw comics. Because some people, yeah, thank you. Some people try to get trading cards, video games, plates, or old antique plate, and they try to do it all at once. But like, really know how to build a product before you start trying to take in everything. I mean, that's our philosophy.
That's awesome. So it's funny because when I started my business, I use like a lot of like sports analogies, and I remember I had a coach, and he always said, it was a wrestling coach, and he used to practice duck unders every day, the most boring thing ever. But he's like, if I can master this, I really don't need too many other moves.
Oh, interesting.
And so when I apply that to business, I like do one thing great before you try to do a lot of things average.
Like Chipotle. Chipotle doesn't have a million options. Is that the wrong analogy? I'm thinking like you
perfect.
No, she lettered in academics. She doesn't get it.
You keep it simple, and then like you get really good at those things, and you don't need to have a million things. Chipotle makes sense.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, that's
funny. I love that. I mean, I also think
that's funny.
Thank you, Crow. All right, tell us about the pricing data. This is a new feature, and I'm actually really curious about this because people there are a lot of resources out there. Well, two that come to mind. Cover Price, obviously, is the main one that I go to, but tell us about this and how you work it and where you get the data from and all that jazz.
For the end user, for any user, you don't have to do anything. This information is presented to you, and you get to use it free of charge, of course, anytime you want. At will. There's no work you have to do for it. So if somebody's using the app, it's just there for you. It's there for you when you buy a book, and it's there for when you price a book, right? So if you're selling a book, this is what I was talking about, and you're like, now, the She-Hulk, what is this worth? I bought it for $900, but the market's down. And you can look down and be like, okay, well, what am I most likely going to sell this for? So we have there's a bunch of repositories of publicly available data where you can get priced, recent prices for comics sold. One of them is eBay, and there's a few other sites as well. And so we aggregate all of that into a list where you can make a determination for yourself what you want to price a comic at. Now, if you want to price a comic to move, maybe it's been sitting in your collection for too long, you're like, okay, well, I should get rid of this. You can go low. And if you say, okay, this is a good speculator book, right? The show's coming out. They just got announced. Wolverine's going to show up in the next Deadpool. Let's really see if I can make some money on this Hulk 181, right? Then you can say, okay, well, the last price that this was bought for, or the last price that we present to you, we don't do every single price. It's more of a collection from a time period that seems germane to the book. You can say, okay, well, one of the last sales here was $5,700, right? I don't know the price of a 181 off the top of my head, but then you're like, well, I can probably make 63 now. I can probably make $6,300 because people are going to want to see this because Hugh Jackman's going to be back, or whatever your reasoning is. We just give you all the data, and then also when you're buying a book, you can see that data too. So you can be like, okay, is this a good price? Do I have to go look at 17 other websites to compare all of these data points? No, we don't. You can stay in one place. It makes things easier because
when you make offers.
Oh yeah, you can make offers. So like when there's a book, it's not auction based, right? So if somebody makes an offer, the seller can be like, okay, well, I see your offer. I think I can do a little better than that, and they can make a counter offer, right? And then after a couple of trades, it's done, and you have to start the process over. It really deletes some of the tedious aspects of going back and forth and back and forth. You have to really decide to do it again. There's all kinds of stuff you can do in there. Yeah.
This is so cool. Sarah, any questions? I can tell your wheels are turning as we're listening here.
Well, Karen answered my question. I mean, this is like really, when we're done, I'm signing up. My question, I think you may have answered this. So the future of Shortboxed, so it's just going to be straight up comics then? No graded cards or anything, graded wise? Or just curious.
Damn it, Sarah. He's all, I don't know.
I know.
No, we want to. We want to. So this is a little bit like we want to do this for everybody, right? This is just, we're comic book collectors, so that's what we're really interested in. But everybody, if you're a collector, right, you know that there's something else that you like. Nobody just collects one thing. So we all have everybody at Shortbox. It's sort of like like I collect comic books and I collect guitars, and I collect old books, right? So like stuff that I like, right? But I also collect Funkos, right? So there's a lot of stuff that I do. And other people, they collect toys, and some other people collect streetwear hats. So we all are collectors. So we do want to expand someday. But again, like I was saying earlier, we just want to get it right. We don't want, the last thing we want is for somebody to come on and we've expanded into baseball cards and they see the what's the grail? The Mickey Mantle, the 1952 Mickey Mantle. And they're like, oh, I want that. But then we screwed it up somehow and then they lost a card. And we never want to leave a bad taste in somebody's mouth. So right now, just Grady Comics, but we would love to expand to other grades.
I can appreciate that though.
Yeah, very cool.
Very long-winded answer. Oh my God, shut me up.
No, it's perfect.
No, you're filling in a lot of information. Like this is a lot all at once, but from what it's sounding like, it seems extremely user-friendly. It does seem like there's a lot of potential, guys, for sellers and buyers alike to make some money here. And
oh yeah,
I mean, if you're sick of eBay, if you don't want to be on Whatnot, if whatever your deal is, if you just want a different avenue to sell your slabs, this seems like a really great option.
Not only that I see that. Oh, sorry, Anthony.
No, go ahead, Lucy.
That I see that it protects the buyer and the seller. I like that you guys are like, kind of like as the middle person, and then you guys are fair with everything. I like that.
Yeah, we have a responsibility to people who have taken the time and put trust in us to protect people. So we cover insurance on both ends. If something ever happens to your book and you don't get a book, you beyond the disappointment of losing a book, financially, you're going to be covered by that. Unless there's like a mouth.
And you have a responsibility to that hair, Crow.
Oh God,
it needs to be combed and conditioned.
I woke up like this. I just brush it, and
that's the name of a song, isn't it? I woke up like this.
And literally,
I am not cool. So
look, I'm not kidding. Like, I feel like I'm seeing my son right now because of the hair. You guys have the same hair right now.
So I was gonna say, Laura, I've been on Shortboxed for like 2 weeks now, and I've listed 23 items, and I've sold 5. And I'm not talking cheap items. Because like when you go to a lot of these apps, like let's talk eBay. eBay is a giant, but you have to like sponsor your ads to get towards the top, to get in front of people. Like, I did nothing but take pictures of books and price them, and I've sold 5 slabs that have been sitting around here, and I only posted 27 slabs total. That's not a bad turnaround based on what I've done in the short amount of time that I've done it. And so, because that's what you're doing, you're always fighting for those views against everybody. And honestly, I've been trying to look for loopholes on how to like get my stuff in front of people. There isn't a way to do it. Like, you snap the picture and they put in the description, there's no emojis, there's no check marks, sirens to make you stand out, there's no sponsor. Like, you take a picture, book, you price it, and you set it. So you really just competing against, I guess, other prices. So it's whether you want to sell it or not.
That's right. It's a true marketplace in the sense that it is specific, and you're not. So on eBay, you've got all kinds of things being sold, and every little piece of eBay is going to serve you like an ad or something, right, based on some algorithm that's meant to distract you, right? And they're meant to try to keep you on the site. That's not the case with a specific app like Shortboxed. There are other apps that do this as well, but you are truly existing in an ecosystem that is meant for this one thing and one thing only. And the people that succeed in that ecosystem are people that are doing it right.
So you guys know I'm not full of crap. A member since 2002, 22 items, and I've sold 5.
Lucy's got you beat. She said 2020. Lucy's the oldest.
That's what I'm saying. Look at, I just started my stuff, and I'm selling stuff left and right.
The thing is, I'm not a seller because I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not I don't really have that many slabs. I don't really collect. I mean, I like them raw.
Sure, you can.
And like I usually don't grade. So that's why I have never applied to be a seller, because I don't feel like I don't have that many to sell, or I'm waiting till you guys add the other option.
Hey, I love it. And look, this is going to sound counterproductive for my business, but it's a slippery slope. I didn't have any slabs before December of 2021. I have a huge collection now. Well, I work on Shortboxed every day, so I'm just like, every time a book comes up, I'm like, I'll buy it. But like, it is a slippery slope, so be careful.
Oh yeah, probably. And there's like, I do see like you guys have so many awesome books that I want, but then again, like, and I also think maybe I could buy it like that and then just open it, because you're getting a great, a good grade, like, so that's also, if you're like me, you could do that.
Maybe you'll win.
Fine, Laura.
Maybe you'll win, Lucy. Maybe. Oh, yeah. And so, okay, this is a giveaway, guys. If you are just joining, that Shortboxed is offering. So how do they get in on this?
This one is pretty complicated. So we do giveaways with partners all the time. One of the things we think is important, the most important thing, is staying true to the community. Since we're all collectors and we all came up to the community, we're not some giant tech company that is like forcing ourselves upon a community or anything. We really like to reach out and work with partners, just so we can be like, hey, we watch your stuff and we consume your content. We love that. So we work with a bunch of partners on this kind of thing. One of them is the Shortboxed podcast. We are totally unaffiliated before the partnership. And we met them at a con, and we started a conversation. We just started talking about comics, and then I was like, hey, why don't we work together? And so basically they were like, okay, well, we've got a show coming up about Rick Remender or Deadly Class or something. And I'm like, why don't we do a Deadly Class giveaway? And so we did. So we basically gave them a book to give away, and we get some cross promotional magic happening. So some of their users use Shortboxed, some of our Shortboxed users use them. So this one is, we have a bunch of giveaways. This one specifically is you like them, you like us, you leave a good review for them on the app, and you get entries into this contest. And then at some point, I don't remember the date when it ends off the top of my head, we pick a winner. But we have tons of giveaways. We have a community Discord. We have a partnership with Image Comics, and they send us every comic they produce, which is how we have become so exposed to Trish's work specifically. So this is everything they produce. in the industry, there's this cool thing called a comp list, and if you're on it, usually if you're an artist or a writer, they send you these big boxes of every comic that's produced by a publisher. They're starting to cut down on this, but Image still does it. But on Discord, Jesus, I'm talking forever. On Discord. On Discord, we do these bundle giveaways. So we have trivia questions, got comic book trivia every Wednesday, and we give away 10 brand new comics. And it's anything. Like it can be like, the 8 Billion Genies that we just looked at, the yellow one, the Super Mario variant homage. That's going for $600, $700 on the app. We gave one of those away just because it was part of a bundle.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow.
And I regretted it. I regretted
it. Anthony, question for you. Well, Bird City, we are going to be, I'll let you answer. What are the next 2 cons we have coming up?
So
I keep forgetting.
We've been married for a long time. She's like, I'll let you answer, but let me answer that for you. Oh, man. Guys, we've been married for 15 going on 16 years. It's an inside joke at this point. We will be at New York Comic Con for sure. We're going to have a table. We're going to have 2 exclusives. One of them is, of course, an NES, because that's my jam. I grew up on that. That was my babysitter. An NES homage. And then one, did we even announce the other variant yet? So I don't say anything and get in trouble.
No, we haven't.
Okay,
So but we will be at Baltimore as well. So New York Comic Con and Baltimore Bird City will be there. Make sure you guys join that giveaway stream. If you are just joining, or I'm sorry, that giveaway. If you're just joining the stream, we have Trish Forstner waiting backstage. So before we get to her, make sure you are following Shortboxed on Instagram. That way you can kind of stay up to date with what it is that they're doing and all the newest features that they're going to be offering. Highly, highly recommend downloading the app. Anthony and I are very picky with who we partner with. They have to be really good, reputable companies. And Shortbox is exactly that. We 100% support everything that they are doing. And hopefully you guys will be watching and think to yourself, okay, yeah, this is something I want to explore a little bit. Try them out. It is worth it.
You know what was the nail in the coffin for me with Shortbox besides Crow's hair?
You could hear my hair over the repair shop. When I was
talking to you and I was like, this dude's got glorious hair. No, Gene is just like me. That dude wants it written down, numbers, sticky notes, bullet points. And I loved it. He's like, he apologized. He's like, I'm so sorry, Aunt. I sent you a checklist. I know it's weird. That's just how I operate. I'm like, I love checklists. Gene is my Shortbox spirit animal right now. So yeah, we vibed on getting things done.
Lucy, Sarah, anything you guys want to add before we move on to the second part of the show?
Go follow Shortbox on Instagram and sign up for the app. I'm going to do it and probably waste my paycheck on probably some Jenny Frizen slabs.
Oh, good choice. Wow.
Yes, fantastic.
You know, what's exactly what Sarah said. Like, if you guys aren't following, and you haven't downloaded the app, make sure you do. Like I said, I feel like even for me that I know I really don't buy, slabs, but I could see now that like I can buy them and just crack them open and just display them however I want. Yeah. It can
work for anyone. On here too, Laura. Yes, we will be at Baltimore as well. Oh, Crow, we're going to be at your booth.
Yeah, we're going to be at the Shortbox booth.
That's really cool. That's going to be so much. Although I won't be there, Crow. We will. Are you going to New York?
I won't be there. I'll be in Europe.
Oh.
Ooh, that was a weird flex. I won't be there. I'll be
Well, it sounds great. Neither of us will be there.
It's like I'm not going to be there. I'll be on the moon.
Yeah. All right, Anthony, let's get you going here. So, guys, this is kind of the main. Like, we're bringing it all together now. Shortbox, Bird City Comics, Trish Forstner. It's like the trifecta that's going to explode on your screen in about 35 seconds. Anthony, tell me about Hitomi. How did this whole book come to be? And then we'll bring Trish on.
Okay, so you guys are going to learn a little bit about me right now. I love samurai, ninja, Japanese films that are dubbed in English. Love them. I'm talking 50s, 60s, 70s.
It's true.
I'm talking like all the Jackie Chan stuff when he was in his teens to 20s. I hate when it's spoken true English. I love it dubbed. And so when this showed up and I saw the whole, just the, like, what am I thinking?
Feudal era?
Yeah, feudal era Japan, but when they have Ronin, sorry, excuse me. Ooh, blank there.
Okay.
So my Ronins are my favorite. Basically, a Ronin is a disgraced warrior or a warrior that's lost their leader. So when they can't represent their nation anymore, they become kind of like outcast warriors, but typically they're pretty badass, almost like a ranger when you're talking about like travelers, like Lord of the Rings. Sorry,
Okay.
I play a lot of RPG too, if you can tell, guys. So I saw this. I love that it was a female Ronin type character. And I thought, I don't care about if this book is awesome or not. I'm going to do it because it fits on my vibe. And then I saw the writing team. I saw the creative team and I'm like, okay, they know what they're doing. I saw the artist lineup. You got Momoko involved too.
Yeah.
So I was on board and then I call my spirit animal, Trish, because she talks me off the ledge and she keeps me centered. And I was like, I love this book. I love this idea. Let's talk concepts. And that's why I focused in on this book.
Girls, I kid you not. Sometimes he talks to Trish more than me.
Oh.
I'll walk in. I'm like, who are you on the phone with? He's like, oh, it's just me and Trish. I'm like, oh, I'll leave you guys. I'll be over here.
Laura's like lighter fluid. Like, I'm pissed and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. She's like, get him. And I'm like, you're not the person to talk to right now.
Trish will be like, no, Musa.
Breathe it out. Musa. Just calm down. It's going to be okay. And I'm like, that's what I need to hear.
I'm also a lighter fluid personality.
See?
Yep,
There you go.
He has to call me to throw more wood on that fire.
No, do not call Lucy. She'll be like, let's get him. And apparently Crow too.
Mhm.
So Sarah, do you want to read the synopsis there? Just like maybe the first paragraph?
All right, I can do that.
Do it.
I gotta blow it up. In the feudal era of Japan, a drifter with no prospects begins training in secret under Yasuki, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. A once famous, disgraced warrior, as she struggles to find her place in society, entrenched in discrimination and violence. Do you want me to keep going?
Keep going.
Combining the historical sweep and elegance of Kurosawa with the visceral action of Tarantino, this saga allows the trials and tribulations of a young female warrior who travels the countryside unendingly as she works to gain the rank of a samurai, a title no man, monster, or myth can give to her, but one that she will have to take for herself.
I'm sold.
Wow.
Right? Sold, baby. Like, and look at the 1 in 25. On that note,
I read issue 1, just so you guys know.
Is it good?
Yeah, God, it's so good. So,
Wow.
can I give a teaser away? Is that bad?
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's bad. Lucy said it's bad.
Just kidding.
I'm trying to compare it to something like you ever see those? Okay, you guys ever see the setup in the movie where like the older guy, the badass older guy that's in the movie, and he's like, "Don't mess with me. I just want to do my work and be left alone," but he's really secretly a badass.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like
the guy who says, "I'm too old for this shit."
Too old for this shit. Yeah, exactly. Gran Turismo type shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. She's like rebellious and a teenage and on her own and doing what the hell she wants, and dude's like just in the background, and finally he's like, all right, let's go, and opens up his shop, and she's like, what the hell? And he's like, let's do this. Oh man, I got goosebumps. I was like, oh, he's gonna teach her to be a badass.
Well, speaking of badasses, I feel like this is the perfect time to welcome, guys. Bird City has done a couple books, but most of you will know 8 Billion Genies.
My drum roll.
The artist behind 8 Billion Genies and Anthony's spirit animal. Oh, she has one. Trish Forstner, welcome to the show. Holy hell, I haven't seen
her hold a $400 bill.
It's $1,000 in your hand, Trish.
Oh, I haven't seen a raw one in forever.
I'm gonna give it to CGC when I'm at Baltimore and be like, great, this for me. Trade, like, oh look, it's still got the co on the back.
Oh.
I sent you one with COA too. My OCD kicked in. You got COAs?
Yeah, I only got them on a couple of them though. Like, you didn't do all of them.
More to fill them in.
It's okay. I'll keep it.
Trish, welcome in. We are so excited to have you tonight because we are going to be showing another exclusive that both Shortboxed and Bird City teamed up on. Crow just left at the worst time because I was going to ask him. Crow,
no, he's back.
I just have to turn on the light.
This is your first, or this is Shortbox's first exclusive ever?
First one. It was so important for us to have the right partner and artist. So
I'm wondering
we've been waiting.
Y'all put way too much on me.
You guys should all like hold hands through the screen.
You couldn't pick. I mean, I'm probably biased. I don't know because I love them so much, but you couldn't pick the better store to do this with. I swear.
Right?
It just
I mean, we've had offers before, and we have turned them down. Not for a bunch of different reasons, but I think the thing that was so important is we were like, if our first one has to be right, it has to be, and we think we got it right.
I think so. I mean, if I do say so myself, I mean, I think it's pretty banging.
Trish is so
biased.
She's like,
It's killer.
Not biased at all.
Trish,
I have an appreciation for the art, Laura, and once we show the cover and we let Trish do her spiel, like I'm gonna like deep dive it because there's so much to it.
Okay, well, guys, are you ready? There's almost 60 of you here now, so make sure that you give the show a thumbs up. Make sure you are following Shortboxed on Instagram, Trish Forstner on Instagram. She always gives sneak peeks of her art. These guys, the three of them together, created something pretty amazing. Trish, I'm gonna let you take the lead here and tell me kind of how this cover came to be. It's not available till Friday before you guys start freaking out in the chat. Friday. But Trish, here we go.
All right, check it out. All right, so here we go. This is our wait, what game was this again?
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu.
Listen, I wasn't asking because I didn't know. I did blank on it for a split second, but like
she's all karate kicks. Hiya.
Yes. Hiya. So this character. Okay, so first of all, you cannot get very detailed with 8-bit or pixels in general, at least not in my experience. And the original artwork for this piece is probably 100 by 100 pixels. So, when you blow it up and you kind of get this, I painted each pixel painstakingly by hand.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So, you get some old school Kung Fu, I thought about having her hold a sword, and then I was like, wait, that would look inappropriate.
Positioning, yeah.
Yeah. Good call. Good call.
So, I had some thoughts about like other things that we could do, but I think this post stays truer to the homage. Image, of course, is great. The creative cast, you have to, the creative folks, you have to put them, make sure the key to good homage is making sure that you're paying respects to the proper people. Yeah. Right. So, you''ve got both partners involved in this collab on the cover. Brand representation is very important. And of course, Image Comics and Hitomi. I mean, my gosh. And then the character, she's iconic. I mean, she's going to be a badass. So, we had to make her look like a badass. I got her outfit as best I could. And
how you did that in 8-bit, I don't understand.
Pixel by pixel.
Oh, jeez. Well, and that's what I wanted to point out, guys. Like, Trish sends me the journey of art typically, and these are as simple as it seems. She legit paints these pixel by pixel. Wow. There used to be an old Nintendo NES game. Do you guys remember? And it was literally Mario pixel art.
Yes.
And they would sell like templates, and you would sit there and color in box by box by box to make an image. And someone got really complicated. Like, that's what she did here. This is not her doing a drawing, sticking it through an 8-bit renderer that never comes out correct anyway. This was done by hand. I have an appreciation for this because it seems almost at times more complicated than drawing a straight line.
What's really funny is that it was easier to draw it in like a 100 pixel by 100 pixel image than it was to like flesh it out. Because I always start full size, right? So I always start 11 by 17.
Yep.
And lay it out and make sure that I've got enough space. The margins are good. Print, that it'll print right. And then I drew this image, but it was just blocks. It was just blocked in. Wow. So, it was non-existent. So I had to start basically all over again when I made it.
The shit is math,
by 100.
Guys. You're watching math art.
So I was
well, because think about a swoosh, like a swoop. To draw a line like that, if the pixel doesn't line up right, she's got to readjust it because where the blocks fill in.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. The swoosh, that swoopy part, that was actually painted on at the end, which was, but the leg movement, I know, but I cannot accept credit where it is undue. So,
that is great.
Ethics. I've got ethics here.
I love it.
But like the stripes on the pants and the shirt, I mean, I think I noticed that because there wasn't like a full character reference anywhere.
Right. You went off the images I sent you from the.
Yeah, so I went off of and I found a couple of pages in previews that I could look at.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I mean, I like the whole winter outfit thing. I like that, she's kind of got this whole fur coat kind of situation happening there with the big hood, and the hat. Iconic. So yeah, she'll be fun to draw in greater detail later.
It's pretty incredible. I'm going to start with Crow here and work my way down. Crow, what was your initial reaction when you saw this?
Kung Fu was one of my first games that I've ever owned. And so when I saw it, and I don't ever see it, like it's not like Mario, it's not like Duck Hunt, it's Kung Fu, it's a deep cut, it's like I freaked out. I'm doing it right now. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome, and I was like, okay, now how did she do that? Now I've seen Trish's other work, and I was like, I just didn't. You just don't know how cool it's going to be because I knew conceptually what it was going to be. You just don't know how cool it's going to be until you see it. And here's the thing. We don't have that many copies. It's going to be pretty limited. And I'm hoping that I get one. I might not. Not because I don't want it, because I just think it's that cool.
Yeah.
I just like how solid it looks. Like you got all that black on the cover. I thought about running a filter over it to kind of make it look aged, but then I was like, it's kind of cheap. I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm. I like it like brand.
I mean, there's a time for that. Like, say you were doing like a magazine variant or something that was supposed to look old, like an old comic, like an old comic cover or whatever. We've done that before. Depending on what it is. Yeah, this Forstner variant.
No, this is clean, and I think you nailed it. Anthony, they're asking. Well, I guess we'll get to this part. Guys, we will get to the print run and when it's going to be available in just a second. But Ant, what was your initial reaction? Were you excited to show this to Crow after Trish turned it in?
Oh, yeah. Like I grew up on this game like Crow did.
Same.
Red gi, white gi, side scroller. And you went to town for hours. It wasn't difficult to play. It was entertaining. Like I grew up with this video game. So I got a list. I got a whole notebook of ideas and all games that I grew up playing. I just wait for them to translate to a title.
I was laughing my ass off when you said red gi, white gi, because then I was like, Street Fighter? What?
That's on my list.
I wonder if that's
waiting for a title for that one. But, yeah, and my favorite part of this is the branding. Like I'm all about layouts. So Trish hit me with the Bird City gold stamp, which I love to death. We've done another 8-bit cover. And we did some logo in that left-hand corner box, and the way she laid out the Shortboxed, like it looks good. You see the collab there, you see the handshake. It's on the front page. It looks clean. It's a great piece of 8-bit. Like this is a solid piece of art you could put on the wall.
Mm-hmm. All right, Lucy, you're up next. What's your reaction, hun?
Those pixels are freaking amazing. It's crazy. I love it.
I look back and see if I have like the actual photos of the real size of the thing that I did.
She sent them to me, and I was like, "How are you playing in that little box with all of the detail?"
I put like a picture of my stylus next to the 100% size of the image. It's so tiny.
Oh Lord, did I tell you? Oh, go ahead, Lucy. Sorry, go ahead.
I like the motion like of the kick, like how clean it is too.
Yeah.
Like I like how just the whole thing is just so clean that you can see every detail. Like the background, it's just like you can see. It's not like so much going on in the back that you can actually focus on. The actual. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it.
I was gonna say I pulled a flex move using Trish, Laura. So I was on a conference call with. Look how small that is.
Hold on, I'm gonna put it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
See the stylus pen? Like that's my stylus, and that's 100% size. The Hitomi.
Oh, that would give me a headache.
Did your eyes hurt?
Yeah, right, girl.
I had it zoomed into like 6,000%.
Wow.
Or whatever my computer could do, like the max, whatever it was.
That's
it was like I had it zoomed in pretty big, like 600 or 700%.
I'm like, dude, you're nuts.
You're nuts.
Oh wait, Laura, I was gonna say this. So I'm on a conference call with Gene and Crone. We're working out details. And I'm like, hey, we should do an interview and get you guys on, talk about the product. We'll have Trish on there. Like, you can do that. I'm like, yeah. So I start to call Trish to flex a bit, and it's ringing. And I'm like, yeah, Trish usually does what if I ask her to do something. And right when I say that, she had answered and just was quiet. And she's like, what do I do when you answer? Or what do I do what you want when I? And I was like, oh shit.
You busted.
I was like, these gentlemen. That you're sweet and you'll jump on an interview, no problem.
Trish is the most approachable. Everybody always says that. Like she doesn't realize what a superstar she is. She's so approachable. If you guys see her in Baltimore, don't be shy. I'm volunteering this for you, Trish. They can walk up and say hi to you, right?
Mm-hmm. Everybody can. I don't have guards. I don't think I'll have a guard this time.
Tell them what snacks you would want. They can bring you snacks, water, everything.
Yeah, snacks.
I'm working on while I was waiting backstage. I was working on.
Oh my god, that is.
I was working on some drawings that I'm gonna have at the table.
Adorable.
Oh man,
you got Doug. Hold on, show me.
I got Doug. Look at him.
Oh my god,
adorable.
That's literally.
I'm not done with her yet.
Peg.
I love that.
Bolt.
Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Trish,
I need a portrait of my pug done by you.
She's done
Trish,
the cards.
I think I did commission a crypto, so Charlie.
Dodger. That's Dodger.
Oh, I got the wrong dog. Oh, man.
You're the wrong dog. And these are Disney dogs.
Charlie. No, that's Pluto. I know that.
Charlie's from.
What's Dodger from?
Dodger's from Oliver and Company. So
Oliver and Company. That's right.
Oliver and Company, one of my faves all time. And I've got a couple more that I'm working on too. When you see them, you'll.
Are these coming to Baltimore? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, these are going to be at Baltimore.
Oh my god!
My favorite stray dog. My favorite stray dog.
Sandwich.
Hang on. Wait till you see this one. You guys are gonna freak out. I have to connect it though. It's a connecting.
You gotta connect.
While she's connecting, shout out to Red Hood Comment. Lady and the Tramp.
Wow.
Awesome.
Am I the lady in that one analogy?
I'm the spaghetti.
You're the spaghetti.
I got a little bit of both ends. You know what I mean?
Love it. It's a.
That's fantastic.
That's a weird triangle there.
That's your Baltimore
these will be
inventory?
Yep. And then this one Laura asked for.
Oh.
This will be at Baltimore as well.
Percy from Pocahontas.
Oh. Percy the pug.
You know I'm biased.
I've got a bunch of other ones that I'm going to do too if I have time. And then hopefully, a week before the show, I'll be able to open for some pre-show commissions. But we'll see.
That's awesome.
You guys, if you're not following her, I'm telling you, follow her on Instagram. Sarah, what was your reaction here? And then we will tell you guys how to find it, what the print run is, all the details.
Yep.
You know, when I saw this, I was like, I just want to say congratulations to Trish, to you guys at Bird City and Shortboxed. Another like home run with the 8-bit, video game. Homages, they're awesome. I love it. I love just the way that the foot kicks up. And to hear like Trisha's process, it just shows her that she is how talented and amazing. And I love Trish. So that is why she is an Eisner nominated artist. So.
Absolutely.
Should be a winner. That's their problem.
Any creatives in here, get on Ringo Awards and
Hey, Trish, I'm gonna be in Baltimore. Okay. get me into the Ringos, and if shit goes sideways, I'll flip the table.
Yes! I need
Laura Lucy, we got to get the lighter fluid ready.
Hell yes. Yes.
We'll start a group chat.
We riot.
I will flip the table. I'm saying it now.
Yes.
Wow. All right, guys, we have a million questions in the house. Ant, I'll let you take the lead here. What's the print run? What are the details on the release? Where can they get the slabs? Where can they get the raws?
Okay, so very, very cool idea, guys. We're going to keep it to 500 because, you know, we want it to be collectible. We don't want a million of them, and it's brilliant. So 500 is going to be the print run. You guys know that that's even less after damages. Keep that in mind. I'm saying 500 could be a lot less depending on how the damages come out because they don't do reprints anymore. Because we're working with Shortbox and their whole thing is graded comics. We've got a very, very cool idea, and Trish and Shortbox are going to work out the details on this, but she's going to do a very limited amount of CGC gold label slabs with a remark specific to this comic that she will number, and they will not be done on the comic ever. Like if you bring her raw and say, do that remark you did for Shortbox, she's going to go, nah, I can't. There are only going to be X amount of them.
Wow.
And that's going to be all Shortbox. Shortbox is going to have those guys. I believe, Crow, you guys are doing the blue label as well, right? You're going to do a blue and a gold?
Blue and yellow, yeah.
I'm thinking that remark might be an 8-bit remark.
That's so cool.
It's literally like I got this white pen here.
That would look great on there.
It looks hella awesome. I did 8-bit remarks I did 4, literally only 4 ever on the Stray Dogs trades that you guys did.
And she did those for me, guys. So it wasn't like it was an experiment. She wanted to see how they turn out, but if she does these on these books, that's it.
They turned out really good too, if I recall correctly.
Oh, hell
really good.
Dope.
I want to see one.
Yeah.
So
you want to see one?
Show me one. But they're gonna do a specific remark, guys. So these are special. That's not something you can get anywhere. Of course, you can get a gold label, Trish Forstner signature on the book if you send it in yourself. But that specific remark, special to Shortboxed. We're gonna talk about the time and release dates, and then they're gonna have some blue label options as well. And I'm gonna bring some raw copies to Baltimore Comic-Con because Trish will be there. That's her hometown con. And I'll be at the Shortbox booth with some raw copies. If you want to pick them up and take them over to Trish to get them signed.
Why in heaven's name can I not find it now?
What about raw copies, Ant?
So raw copies are going to be released at my website. So birdcitycomics.com for the raw copies. Graded copies of the blue label and then the special gold labels are going to be on the Shortboxed app. Gene kind of gave me a run through, but how are you guys going to lay that out, bro?
It'll be a carousel on the app. So you'll pop on there. And you'll see, you can go, oh wow, that's awesome.
Look at that.
Stop talking.
I even made my signature 8-bit.
Oh, cool!
With the 8-bit art, with the 8-bit heart.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. There we go. There it is.
That's so neat.
Look at that.
So I'm gonna talk Trish up a little bit here. Not that she needs it. Right now, the raw copies. I mean, graded copies are great. I don't want to sacrifice any of our business today, but get a raw copy and find Trish. Trish is super, super, super
so
cool and available right now. I don't think that'll be the case. As a collector, I collect commissioned art and stuff. When it is difficult to get artists to do cool stuff, now's the time. You got a black cover. This is such a good opportunity. And Trish is going to be too big for us someday. She's going to be too big for us. Yeah. So right now.
I don't know when. I'm sure it's going to be late this year. We're starting work on my next thing.
Yeah.
I already called dibs on the next thing, Trish. Don't play with me right now. We talked about it over elotes, bro.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did, sir.
Everybody knows the elote meal is sacred.
Crow, Anthony, when do these go on sale?
Friday. 6 p.m. PST?
Yep. Yeah, Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. I'm going to put the raw copies on my website, and I'm going to put a link sending you to Shortbox to download their app if you want the graded copies. I believe they're going to do the vice versa. So if somebody, is it vice versa or vice versa?
Vice versa.
Vice versa.
I got it at the right time? Okay.
Yeah.
You Mexican. Wait. I get to say that because I'm Mexican, right?
I was gonna say.
No judgments.
What do you mean you? No, just joking. No, that was good. You're good. Yeah, so 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Raw copies, Bird City Comics. Graded and the specific numbered X oath.
What do we got? What do we got? Oh, wow.
Trish, you're showing
that?
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, Karen was asking for that. She was.
The FBI is calling me right now. They know I've seen it. Trish, condemning all of us.
There you go, Karen.
Soon, people will come rappelling out of your ceilings and catch you and take you away.
Oh,
this short box thing and you and I and the Hitomi's great. I feel like we need to do Feral now with short box. So run that by Gene. And
it's a given. It's a given.
Oh my gosh!
We expect this to drop sometime next year. It's going to be a 10-issue series.
Karen is
I'm yelling in my house.
Karen is dying because she had just literally asked that.
Oh my God!
Look, Trish, do you do your own colors as well?
It depends on what it's for. If I'm doing the illustration for a cover, then I do the colors. But
so you did those colors?
Yeah, no. Tony actually did these colors. If Tony and I are working on a thing together, he usually colors because he likes to print it out and ink it by hand because he's a meticulous so and so.
There you go.
I'm a meticulous so and so too, just on a computer.
I cannot believe you just showed that. That blows my mind, guys. Again, if you
we just had a big old talk about it last night. So
you and Image?
No, me and Tony.
Oh,
we were talking about it, designing characters, working through some things, and talking about some nice plot points.
Yeah, so you guys are watching right now. Trish, Tony, and I, we go out to dinner when we're in town.
Oh my gosh, she's trying to flex again.
We talk about things. So I already knew.
We have sleepovers and we tell secrets.
Right. Secrets
and popcorn. Each other's hair.
Actually, we had good street quorum.
I can't braid mine. Maybe crows.
Crows for sure. Guys, here are the QR
code.
Laura.
QR code.
Laura, Tony just texted me.
Why?
No way.
Let me read it. This is my friend since second grade. He said,
"Bro, you meant Tony
What do you mean Tony Fleece?" I'm like,
not Tony Fleece. I'll text him too. But my friend Tony since second grade, he just texted me. He goes, "Bro, Trish is too damn close to me because he's out in your area, in your neck of the woods." He goes, "I'm gonna stalk her now." It says, "Bro, Trish is too damn close. I'm gonna stalk her now and get some rare books."
That's a felony. That's a felony.
Look at my window.
He's really good looking.
He's like, watch it, Trish. He's like this in the window.
He's like, who's feral now?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, if I see a guy that looks a lot like Al, like just the eyes over a fence.
Oh yeah.
What the hell's going on?
There's a well-built man out front that's half decent looking. It's probably him.
Oh, okay.
Anthony.
Well,
and if they
it sounds like a dating profile for him.
Okay.
We've been friends a long time, but I always hated how good looking he was. He was always like, "Here I am. I do 2 sit-ups and I've got a 6-pack and I'm at the gym 6 days a week." So he's one of my best friends and I love him, but I hate him.
I just imagine it's going to be like that time that Laura said, "Look out your front door," and I'm like, "Are you outside? What the hell? Why?"
I delivered you Kit Kats.
But you did give me Kit Kat, and it was amazing.
That was just for Kit Kats. Guys, if you take a screenshot of the screen right now, your phone will allow you to scan the QR code. So here's the QR code on the left for Shortboxed. If you are interested in getting that app, we highly recommend it. If you are a buyer or a seller, it's a great, easy to use, safe avenue to buy and sell your graded slabs. On the right-hand side is the exclusive text hotline. As you guys know, we released our 8 Billion Genies 4th print this last week, and it sold out under 2 minutes.
I'm laughing my head off, too, because everybody's like, "Congrats, Trish." I'm like, I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did. It was round 2 of you being awesome. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, I didn't know." Sub the text line. We will send you a notification every time Bird City Comics drops a new exclusive. It's not annoying. It's just kind of like a, here's a heads up that this is live now.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, like you guys drop exclusives like 3 times a week.
maybe it is a little annoying. It might be a little annoying.
Yeah.
Not when they're all dope.
Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all dope, but
It'll give them a notification for when this one goes live as well. So if you want to know the second Hitomi drops, it is limited. We keep our print runs low, under 500 once we take out damages. So if you want a link to that, make sure you're sub to the text line.
Laura and I do not overprint, guys. We do not overprint. And I got to give the kids a shout out, Laura.
Oh, please.
I've been using the text line. My 12-year-old and 15-year-old had been running my Whatnot live shows.
Yeah.
And they're fantastic. Adam is fantastic. Lucy, do your thing.
Dude, seriously, not because, I mean, Anthony, he could be saying it because they're his kids, but no, they were so good. I mean, I'm not as good as them, you know. I had to send it to the guys. I have group chat with the guys. They do Whatnot, and I was like, you guys have to watch this. The kids are killing it. Like the way Adam talks is like total salesman.
I know.
I'm like, he's only 12. Like, what the heck?
He's a hustler.
Oh gosh.
do you find that you sell more books on Whatnot now because your kids are doing it?
They're doing better than I did.
They do better than we do.
You're like, you're hired.
He sold a book. He sold a book that went for like $13 or $14. I think he started at $2, and he's like,
Hey,
"Oh, that's a good get. You're robbing me now, but I like it." And I'm like,
wow.
What he was saying, I'm telling you.
That's emotional manipulation. You got to be careful at home.
I know. That's the thing. And then he walks in and gives me the eyes, and I'm like, "The holes don't work over here, bro." I'm just saying, Whatnot, yes. But the only reason I'm mentioning that, guys, because I've been using the text line for the regulars. I send out the text when they're live. Mondays and Saturdays, the kids go live on Whatnot. Go and support them. They're making money. It's going into their college funds. So just quick little side plug, and they've done fantastic with it.
Somebody told Adam Crow, they were like, hey, look at you. You're out here hustling. He's like, you got to teach them while they're young. You know, you got to teach them while they're young. And I'm like, dude, you're 12. Like, who do you think you're talking to? He's right now. Like, he's just
barely does his chores, but he's out grinding, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. I was I was like, what is happening right now?
You put Lennox on. He was so excited because Lennox hopped on and said hi to him, Lucy. And he was like, oh, Lennox.
I know. My son.
He's already familiar with the regulars.
Oh, yeah. He's got his favorites. And look at, I just got a Whatnot follower for them. Jeez.
There you go. See? Well, guys, make sure you are following Cover Price. They are our sponsors. Bird City Comics is our sponsored retailers. Before we call it for the night, we're going to go round circle. I'm going to save you 3 for last. Lucy, you first. Do you have anything coming up that you want to let everybody know about?
No, not right now. So we're good. We're good. I'm taking a break from here. Yeah,
you'll be here Friday for Nearing Nirvana.
Friday, yes. I'll be here Friday, and every Friday and Tuesday I'm here, unless my kids need me, but I'm here.
There you go. And follow Lucy at Mama Comics. Sarah, what about you? Anything coming up?
I'm trying to do a Whatnot sale, but other things get in the way. But hopefully that'll come soon. But otherwise, you'll catch me here on Tuesdays, 8:30 my time, 6:30 Pacific time here on Comic Book Women. So
we're so excited to have you too. You've been like the best addition to this show. I can't even tell you how grateful we are. Anthony, what about you? Anything coming up?
Oh man, we got the book on Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. New York Comic Con is going to be nuts. I'll give you guys a hint. Psst, psst. The hands. New York Comic Con exclusive. That's all I'm gonna say so far. Oh, Trish is also involved in this somehow, some way.
Oh gosh,
I do everything with you guys.
Right? This is my go-to.
Some people might think that I'm, represented by you.
It's gonna be crazy. And then yes, Baltimore. I'm gonna bring some genies to Baltimore. If you guys are in the Baltimore area, I will have some genie books at the Shortboxed booth. Got to come to see Shortboxed.
They're gonna flood that booth.
Wait. I was telling them about Whatnot.
Oh yeah.
I gotta hear.
Oh yeah.
I didn't. Hold on. Give me your Whatnot spiel.
Hey Adam.
Right. Tell them to follow you. Do the thing.
Yeah, you guys better follow me because I go live on Monday and Saturday at Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. guys.
You got that heat?
Yeah, I got that heat. You know,
bring it.
The oldies, the exclusive. I got it all. You can come do it.
Wow. Right. I got you. Go ahead.
Yo, skip college. We got a job for you. Let's go.
You got a job.
Well done.
You see what I'm saying, man?
I'm sorry, I had to put up on
We
the
got
big
the
screen.
exclusive. He did the ooh,
Dude.
the chin.
I had to give him the big screen because that was just cute.
That is
Again.
amazing.
In trouble. I'm telling you.
And if they're following you on Instagram, we should have a pretty good idea of your schedule coming up, though, right?
Yeah, we post everything that's happening, guys. We don't hold too many things close to the vest unless it's just not ready to show. So,
Crow, what about you? What's coming up?
I'm gonna steal some moves. Look, we got a lot of great stuff coming up. All right, you gotta keep your eyes open. You gotta keep your head on a swivel because we got so much stuff that'll be turning you around. All right, so we got the Hitomi number one, Trish Forstner, Bird City represent. Next up, we got I'm gonna switch back to.
Next up, we gotta insert next thing here.
That was good, Crow. That worked.
we had it for a second. He's rolling.
We got a lot of free time. So we go back to the polo wearing khaki boring guy. Look, so we've got that coming up. We have a huge thing coming up. I'm gonna give a little teaser here on Shortboxed, a feature that will change the way you collect comics.
Here we go.
It's going to be for free. Everybody can access it, and it will change the game. We're super excited. We're dog fooding it right now, which means we're testing it internally at Shortbox, and hard to believe that we were able to do it. So if you are a graded comics collector, or you just like to know, if you even raws, we're not selling raws, but it can help you with your raw collections. Download Shortbox. You will not regret it. Free.
Yeah,
free,
I mean, unless you're
free.
like Lucy and you buy slabs just to break them open.
I know.
Yo, I
know. Hey,
chaos.
I know
Some
people
people-
are gonna hate me, but hey, that's me.
Some people just like to watch the world burn. Lucy, and you're one of them. That's it.
Lucy, do you put him on the table and like pace and look at him like you ain't heard about me? Got the crowbar to pop him open.
What's up? Come at me, bro. Come at me.
Trish,
No
what
slab
about
can
you?
stop me.
Oh man,
You're
I got
up.
lots of stuff happening right now. I mean, lots of stuff in the works. I mean, not just with you guys. Of course, I'm doing Gargoyles covers with Dynamite, and got some coming up, and what else? My Little Pony, of course.
Mhm.
I got a variant cover coming out, I think next week. Someone said. I do have that. I did all the retailer variants for this arc, and then I've got another issue coming up after the first of the year. So I'll be busy into the holidays. And then, of course, Baltimore Comic Con. And have all this sweet inventory that I hope you guys all come by. And you see all these boxes back here?
Yeah.
Those are all of my comps and all of my books from the first run of Stray Dogs
Wow.
that
You
I
got
never took out of the
back,
boxes.
Just send
Huh?
the boxes to me, Trent. I'll take
Right.
them.
Right?
Mystery
I'm gonna
boxes,
pull
guys,
some
for
of
sale
those-
right now.
I'm gonna pull some of those out, bag and board, and take them to Baltimore as sets. Like, who doesn't want a set of the first run of Stray Dogs? Just pristine.
I don't have a number one.
Yes.
You want to trade?
You don't have
I
a
don't
number
need it.
one?
Mm-mm. I got on from 2 forward. I never got a first print one.
Oof.
I don't pay aftermarket.
I'll take I'll sell you a kidney, Trish. You need a kidney? I got two. I'll give you one.
I
You
have
need
two
a kid.
functional kidneys right now.
You
But,
need a kid? I got 2. Which one you want?
I want the one that's a good salesperson.
Wait, no, hold on. I
Take
got
out.
Actually, I like both your kids, but you can keep them.
Trish, I'll give you one of their kids.
You'll give me one of them.
Yeah, I'll sell it. I'll sell one of them.
Work it out.
But
All
then
right.
I also have, of course, trades and everything else, and all the other variant covers that I've done. I'll have at least one of, which might include this one.
Mm. Oh man, you guys, there you go. There you have it. Trish Forstner. Follow her on Instagram. You'll be able to kind of keep up to date with where she's going to be and what she has coming out. I have to leave this screen up just because I want everybody to get one last look. This Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Hitomi #1, the Trish Forstner Kung Fu homage, presented to you by the fantastic the pillars of this community, Shortboxed and Bird City Comics. Make sure you are checking both of these out. These slabs will be available at Shortbox. The Raws will be available at Bird City Comics. And Bird City Comics will be at the Shortbox booth in Baltimore with some genies. So you guys have fun handling that mob. I
got to give Ellie a shout out because my daughter bought me these for the con in New York, guys. I haven't worn them yet. She bought me
city colors representing.
Yeah,
black and yellow Air Force Ones from my daughter.
Either that or, New York
your
taxi
daughter
cab
bought those for you?
She picked these out, and no, she did the whole build a shoe thing. So their colors, they're my store colors, and these haven't worn them yet. Brand new. They're coming with me to New York. That's when I will break these out. Shout out to Ellie. With Adam on Whatnot, I got to give her some love because my girl got style. Look at these, the classic Air Force Ones.
So nice. They're both dropping at the same time, Nimesh. Both Shortboxed and Bird City will be dropping at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Liger, there are no metal options. Unfortunately, Image does not offer that at this time. Otherwise, we totally would have. Yeah, I think that's it. Anything to add, guys?
Buy the comic.
Buy comics. I mean, there's still some of my Ronins on your website. What the heck is that about?
I don't know. That book was amazing. That was like a masterpiece.
It is. Man, I bought clear backers just so I could have the look at the backside.
The wraparounds.
Yeah.
Quick question for chat. Let's say Bird City. Anthony talked to me about this privately. So I'm gonna reveal this conversation. There's been no promises made.
Yeah, we're offline right now. Go for it.
No, we're not.
We're offline now.
I was like, this is for you. If Bird City made a box, a subscription box where you got all the covers, would you be interested in that? Because I know I would, and I'm forcing the conversation now because I want it. Because I have no respect for your business because I want it. You know what I mean? No, but seriously, I think, Chad, what do you think? I think this would be a super cool idea, and maybe it's a good time to crowdsource.
There we go, guys. So basically what he's saying, guys, is Laura had this idea. I kind of talked to Crow and Gene about it, and you would pay a flat fee, which would be probably better than buying them a la carte, and you get every book that we make monthly. It'd be a subscription box.
That's nuts.
Guaranteed.
Laura, what an idea.
Nah. So the ones that sell out, they wouldn't have to go online and
they wouldn't have to go and fight the crowd. You automatically will get one of every book guaranteed, no matter what.
I'll buy one now. You haven't even set the price yet. Sign me up.
Oh crap, Laura! Now I gotta do it. It's a great idea. I've just been dragging my feet on it, trying to figure out the logistics of making it work.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
But all right, Laura, you heard it here. People are saying, "What's up? Let's go."
Well, there we go. Well, again, stay posted. We have some amazing things happening with Bird City, so make sure you're following us. And thank you guys all so much for coming out tonight and supporting. We hope to see you all turn out Friday as well. Have a great night, and thank you again to Trish and Crow for joining us on an episode of Comic Book Women.
Let's go.
Bye.